What's going on, everybody? I am the Financial Conspirator, your guide for everything financials and conspiracies. Today we're doing a part 2 of the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that is Bitcoin under 100,000. So if we take a look at the far right-hand side of this periodic table of asset class returns from 2015 to 2024, we'll notice that in 2024, Bitcoin outperformed all other asset classes. Bitcoin achieved a 121% return, US broad tech 28%, gold 26%, large caps 24%, small caps 10%, and commodities 8%. There is no second best, folks. Bitcoin has outperformed every other year besides 2018 and 2022. However, Bitcoin did outperform to the downside those years, which I would argue is a good thing. You want volatility. You want it to go up and down extremely volatile. That way you can collect shares at a cheaper rate. Nothing changed in 2018 fundamentally. Nothing changed in 2022 fundamentally. You just got a cheaper SAT to USD exchange rate. That's it. Now, the unmatched outperformance of MSTR. Since adopting Bitcoin on August 10th, 2020, the Bitcoin standard era, they have outperformed all other traditional and crypto assets. Everything else, they've outperformed due to their leveraged Bitcoin strategy. Strategy is up 2,300%. Nvidia is up less than 1,000, which is nothing to scoff at. And Bitcoin up 609% since August 10th, 2020. Buying Bitcoin under 100,000 is something future generations will only imagine. You are accumulating Bitcoin before the US government has started to accumulate. You are buying before nation states are competing for Bitcoin stockpiles. And we have to remember that price pullbacks are a normal part of exponential growth. Bitcoin has recovered from its lows 100% of the time. So every time Bitcoin has crashed, it has always recovered and made a new high. Every single time. Let's let one of the experts explain what I'm talking about.
You should study history, and history is the important thing you learn from. What you learn from history is the market goes down. It goes down a lot. The math is simple. There's been 93 years a century. This is easy to do. The market's had 50 declines of 10% or more. So 50 declines in 93 years. About once every 2 years, the market falls 10%. We call that a correction. That means that's a euphemism for losing a lot of money rapidly. But we call it a correction. And so 50 declines in 93 years, about once every 2 years, the market falls 10%. Of those 50 declines, 15 have been 25% or more. That's known as a bear market. We've had 15 declines in 93 years. So every 6 years, the market's going to have a 25% decline. That's all you need to know. You need to know the market's going to go down sometime. If you're not ready for that, you shouldn't own stocks. And it's good when it happens. If you like a stock at 14 and it goes to 6, that's great. You understand the company, you look at the balance sheet and they're doing fine, and you're hoping to get to 22 with it. 14 to 22 is terrific. 6 to 22 is exceptional. So you take advantage of these declines. They're going to happen. No one knows when they're going to happen. It would be people tell you about it after the fact that they predicted it, but they predicted it 53 times. And so you can take advantage of the volatility in the market if you understand what you own.
You can take advantage
You should
of
study
volatility
history.
if you understand what you own. The fundament. And another quote: if you like a stock at 14, it drops to 6, you should love it. There's more growth potential. MSTR has purchased 157,789 Bitcoin since November 21st, 2024, when they peaked at around 530. So the fundamental value of strategy has only gotten stronger. In November 21st, 2024, was the US government publicly announcing that they're buying Bitcoin? No, they were not. So how can you be upset that you're buying shares of the future largest company on the market for a cheaper rate than it was 3 months ago? You are buying the first $10 trillion company for $79 billion. I'll repeat, you are buying the first $10 trillion company at $79 billion a share. Even BlackRock has stated that they think U.S. government and nation-state adoption is not priced in to the Bitcoin price. And if it's not priced in for Bitcoin, you can bet your bottom dollar it's not fucking priced in for MSTR. All right? And I'll go back to the other slide. I want to bring this up real quick because I haven't even begun to discuss where the bond market fits into all this. We're just talking about Bitcoin growth and their first mover's advantage and their Bitcoin stockpile. We're not talking about the future products that MSTR plans to launch and is launching. So the bond market is 2 times the size of the stock market, meaning that Strike is essentially tapping into a market twice the size that MSTR is tapping into, while still serving MSTR shareholders. The bond market is $300 trillion. If STRK and Strife were to tap into 1% of that market, that would put them at $3 trillion. $3 trillion, all right? 3 trillion. Rivaling Apple, rivaling Microsoft. Right now, $79 billion. Again, I don't think this is priced in. People think that the MNAV is high at 2. The MNAV is high at 3. The MNAV is high at 4. This company should be trading at a 50 times multiple. Like, this is not financial advice. This is just my insane opinions. How do you put a value on a company bridging the gap between Bitcoin and traditional corporate finance? Not only are they bridging the gap, they're leveraging their Bitcoin exposure. Not only are they leveraging their Bitcoin exposure, they have the most Bitcoin exposure on Earth out of any other single entity besides Satoshi himself. This shit is not priced in, okay? And now to shift gears to a completely new, weird, different topic. I heard Chris Johnson talk about it, and I had this idea before I heard him talk about it, but I had the shitty mic, horrible. I wanted to, get a good mic to talk about it. People are working and slaving away, and they don't enjoy the fruits of their labor because they're worried about if they'll be able to retire when they're 60. So you can't enjoy life today because you're worried about your future security. Bitcoin fixes this. Bitcoin has allowed me so much more confidence than I had before I knew about Bitcoin. When I was 17, 18, 19, I didn't go out, barely went to the city, barely drove around, barely ate out. I was not going to basketball games. I wasn't enjoying my life. It was go home, eat food, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, go home, eat food, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, go home. That's it. That's all it was. But Bitcoin has allowed me so much more security and confidence. Like, I'm able to go to events. I'm able to go and spend money to have experiences. Because what good is enjoying your 60s if you're 60? This is no disrespect to the older people, but I want to enjoy my life now. I don't want to live my 20s, 30s, and 40s hoping and praying that someday I'll be able to enjoy my life, because my youth is gone. What was the point? Bitcoin is not just an investment, it's financial freedom. It allows me to trade my fiat for experiences and not worry about if I'm going to be able to retire, which I could not say the same thing 3 years ago. 2 years ago, I couldn't say the same thing. So take action now. None of this is financial advice, but I think that you should be buying Bitcoin for your own good. Not because I need the price to go up, but because I want you to have the confidence that I have. The choice is simple. Stay in the rat race and hope for a stable retirement. Hope the government doesn't raise retirement ages. Or take control, accumulate Bitcoin, and secure your own financial sovereignty. Buy, and more importantly, hold and benefit from the inevitable financial revolution. It's been the Financial Conspirator. Thanks for listening. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. I'm out!